Welcome to Inspiring Minds, powered by the Edison Awards, where we showcase the leading innovators from across the globe. I'm your host, Jennifer Trammell. Plastic in our world's oceans. Addressing this major issue is a key factor in sustainability, and companies like Microsoft are taking action. They put the challenge of harvesting ocean plastic and creating useful recycled material that can then be used in new products to SABIC, one of the first petrochemicals manufacturers to create sustainable, market-facing solutions. SABIC met that challenge, and together the two companies created the Microsoft Ocean Plastic Mouse. The exterior shell of the mouse is made from a SABIC plastic resin called Xenoi that contains 20% recycled ocean plastic. Two team members from SABIC are here with us today to explain how what they developed unlocks innovation for not only Microsoft, but also other companies and other industries working to achieve major sustainability goals that impact all of us. Here on Inspiring Minds, Kate Barton, a sustainability specialist, and Greg Hammond, Senior Manager for the Americas for the Electrical and Electronic Market segment. Greg, Kate, welcome to Inspiring Minds.
Yes, thank you, Jennifer. It's our pleasure to be here.
Yes, thanks, Jennifer.
And I want to say congratulations to you and your team on the Edison Award this year.
Yes, thank you.
What does it mean to you and to the team to really be honored with this recognition?
Well, it is a big honor, and it's accumulation of a lot of effort from both SABIC and our customer, Microsoft, in terms of this project, which certainly highlights sustainability in a very positive light for both companies.
Yes, we were just so thrilled to be part of developing this innovative solution with Microsoft. I think I can speak on behalf of the whole SABIC team that this was the sort of project that gets us excited to get going in the morning. Waste in the environment is a significant challenge the world is trying to address, and creating this resin with ocean plastic was a chance for us to demonstrate to the industry that ocean plastic has value and can be recycled into products like consumer electronics. And we were so pleased that this innovation and all the hard work that went into it was recognized with an Edison Award.
You know, it's hard to give credit, obviously, for such a large program, because when we look back at it, who would even attend the Edison Award dinner banquet, right? Because we had so many people, cross-functional teams working on this project, and likewise, Microsoft did as well. And this is individuals representing our application development teams, our technology and innovation teams, product management, manufacturing, sourcing, legal, marketing, of course, and anchoring it all as our sustainability team. And so it is, I'm honored to be a spokesperson for it, but it truly was a team effort.
Absolutely. And this is a great example of innovation, collaboration, many teams coming together. We're really excited to dig into this topic today of sustainability, ocean plastic. What does this mean for industry going forward? And before we do that, let's just talk more about SABIC. Help us understand, what do you do?
Yeah, SABIC is a large petrochemical company, and a lot of people may not have heard of it, but it was established in 1976, and it was born out of sustainability by capturing byproducts, oil and gas byproducts, which typically had been flared away into the environment, and capturing those as low-cost, highly available feedstocks to make petrochemicals. And so from 1976 onward, SABIC has grown to a company of 32,000 employees, and we are the second highest chemical brand value in the industry per brand finance in 2021. And we have 68 world-class manufacturing plants. We introduce 150 new products a year. We have nearly 10,000 patents. And so SABIC was born out of sustainability. And what I really enjoy, about working for SABIC is the leadership role that SABIC has taken in not only the chemical industry, but more specifically the plastics industry and sustainability. And so I'm always just very proud to work for SABIC because of their leadership role in this area.
You know, SABIC has long been a leader in the sustainability space. We introduced our first certified renewable products to the market back in 2014. And when you stop and think about it, I think the reason we were such an early adopter of sustainable solutions like these, and the reason we really continue to be a pioneer in the sustainability space, is because we were born out of the aspiration and need for sustainability, just like Greg mentioned. Back in 1976, where others saw waste, we saw opportunity, and that sustainability mindset remains our guiding light for innovation today. It's what led us to launch our True Circle program of products and services in 2019 to highlight our new and existing sustainable solutions. Under the True Circle program, we are building the circular economy for plastics by offering mechanically recycled, certified circular, and certified renewable products. And we also offer services for our customers, such as design for recyclability and closed loop initiatives to help our customers recycle their products back into high value applications. Since the launch of our True Circle program, we've had multiple industry firsts, including the first polycarbonate made from renewable resources and the first successful closed loop recycling project for food grade flexible packaging. This latest project with Microsoft to develop the xenoi resin with 20% ocean plastic represents the latest innovation in our True Circle journey. We feel this project with Microsoft to recycle ocean plastic in particular is a significant step because ocean plastic waste is an urgent challenge the world is facing today, and this xenoi resin can play a role in helping to address this issue head on.
Yeah, thank you for that, Kate. And I'd like to just add to that in terms of the market segment that I lead for SABIC is the electronic market segment, and I lead that for the Americas. And so part of that is the subset of customers in the consumer electronic segment. And we all know the big consumer electronic companies, including Microsoft. And what I find encouraging is that every discussion with our customers in this space for consumer electronics is around sustainability in terms of how do we design this latest electronic gadget so that it contains higher recycle content? How do we design it so that at end of life it is 100% recyclable? And so it's this industry, the consumer electronics industry, is really taking a lead in that area in terms of incorporating sustainability into their products. And we see other industries catching up to that. And one of the things, that Kate indicated is the vast portfolio that we have for sustainable products and services. And so outside of consumer electronics, we see other industries working to catch up in that area, but we meet customers where they're at. Where are they? Because some customers are early in their sustainability journey. Others are further advanced, like consumer electronics, but we can come in and meet all of the customers. And that's one of the first things we do with our customer meetings is that we look for that alignment and sustainability. So we'll look at our customers' sustainability goals, we'll look at our products and services, and we look for that alignment. And typically we can find a path forward to help our customers meet their sustainability goals.
And as a consumer, that's so encouraging to know that companies like SABIC are out there helping companies that manufacture products every day. Because the last thing we want is the things that we use to end up in our oceans. And we've already seen what can be the devastating impacts of that. So, Kate, I'm hoping you'll help us from your sustainability perspective to really understand the challenge and the impact on the world when it comes to plastic, specifically in our oceans.
Yes, Jennifer, there's really no doubt that ocean plastic is a significant challenge society is facing today. And the question we are all grappling with is, how do we solve it? We know that plastics play a vital role in modern society. They've enabled us to keep foods fresher longer, which reduces food waste and enables us to feed more people. Plastics are also used to deliver life-saving medication, to improve the fuel economy of cars, and to create the electronic products that are enabling us to have this chat today. In our industry, to help stop the flow, SABIC, for example, became a founding member of the Alliance to End Plastic Waste, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to bringing together technical experts to advance solutions to help reduce mismanaged plastic waste in the environment. But beyond our investments and involvements in organizations such as the Alliance, we feel that one of the most impactful ways we can help address the issue of ocean plastic waste is to recycle the waste into new and innovative products. In this way, we are once again creating value for materials that most simply viewed as waste. The Microsoft Ocean Plastic Mouse, I think, has a unique impact on the world because it is proof that we as an industry have the capability to recapture the value of difficult to recycle resins like ocean plastic into high value products for society.
Kate, have you had personal experience with this? And especially you mentioned those high density, high population areas. What have you seen?
Yeah, so I actually grew up in Indonesia, and I can still really vividly recall the plastic that littered the waterways and the beaches. It's not an image that you can easily forget. And my experience as a child is a significant reason why I chose a career in sustainability. I'm hoping that, if we build up the infrastructure to collect ocean plastic and ocean-bound plastic, that one day, with projects like these, we can help eliminate plastic waste so that future generations can enjoy the ocean and marine ecosystems without this mismanaged waste.
Yeah, you've seen this firsthand. I think a lot of people have a perception that, well, let's just go collect the plastic, melt it down, and we'll put it to use in new products, right? And you've really helped us to see it's not that easy. Walk us through the challenge of collecting, sorting, actually putting this plastic to use in a product.
Sure. Well, I'd like to actually start out the conversation with probably the definition of ocean plastic and ocean-bound plastic. So prior to this collaboration with Microsoft to develop the ocean plastic resin for the mouse, we already offered products with recycled ocean-bound plastic. If you're not familiar with that definition, ocean-bound plastic is defined as used plastic that is collected on land within 50 kilometers of the ocean in areas that are at risk of flooding that plastic into the ocean or ocean-feeding waterways. The reason that ocean-bound plastic is so important to collect is because approximately 80% of the ocean plastic enters the ocean from rivers and coastlines. And for this project, though, Microsoft was interested in recycling ocean plastic, not ocean-bound plastic. At the time, ocean plastic was not a product that we offered due to the difficulty both in collecting the waste at scale, like you mentioned, and recycling this waste. When ocean plastic is collected, it's often in a highly degraded state due to exposure to water, sunlight, and friction, and this degradation can often make the plastic unsuitable for recycling. But with our ambition to help reduce plastic waste in the environment, when Microsoft approached us with the challenge to develop the method to source and recycle the ocean plastic waste, we eagerly jumped on board to help develop an innovative solution. One of the first challenges we faced with sourcing this ocean plastic and recycling it actually came with defining ocean plastic. Ocean-bound plastic was already well defined in the industry, but we found that there wasn't really a definition for ocean plastic. So what we ended up doing was working with a third-party certification service to help develop what we believe was the industry's first definition for ocean plastic. While ocean-bound plastic, as I mentioned before, is defined as plastic recovered from land in areas at risk of flooding the plastic into the ocean, ocean plastic is defined as so-called wet plastic. It's plastic that's directly collected from waterways and the ocean or where it is washed ashore from these locations. And you can imagine that collecting plastic that's in the ocean or in these waterways, it's much more difficult than collecting plastic from the land like ocean-bound plastic. So that posed a significant challenge. And then also, once we did collect that, we needed to sort the plastic, to wash it, and it was in a highly degraded state. So we had to grapple with all of those challenges in order to recycle it and develop the resin for the Microsoft Ocean Plastic Mouse. But it is our hope that with this demonstration to the industry that we can collect ocean plastic, that we can sort it, and we can recycle it and into a product like the Microsoft Ocean Plastic Mouse, that this will help spur new innovation and will help develop the infrastructure to collect ocean plastic waste at scale in a greater volume than we did with this initial project.
So this is kind of the test to see, how do we collect this material? How do we put it into a useful form? And then ultimately, can we create a valuable product from it? Greg, you have the perspective on consumer electronics with SABIC's electrical and electronic market segment. Tell us more about this project specifically.
Yeah, Jennifer, for this project, it launched in September 2021. The mouse was launched by Microsoft then, and we had worked with Microsoft for at least 2 years prior to that. Microsoft set this as a sustainability goal. They wanted to demonstrate an application that utilized wet plastic or ocean plastic, and decided that the mouse was a good starting point. And so we began discussions with them in 2019. They went to the plastics industry, to their supplier base, their entire supplier base, and they chose to work with SABIC. So we were very honored for that. And in part because we're further along in our sustainability goals and our portfolio, and they saw the value that we could bring to help move this program along. And it involved clearing a number of hurdles, as Kate mentioned, just finding a supplier and the proper third-party certifications for that supply of that resin that had been recaptured, and then incorporating it into plastics that meet the demands of a mouse. If we think about the mouse that we use quite often, there are structural demands for that, whether it be impact requirements if the mouse should be dropped, believe it or not, chemical resistance, to the touch. And so there's a lot of properties that had to be met, as well as aesthetics for the mouse as well. So we went through a number of iterations, and then after several months of development, came up with the final product, which contains 20% of the wet plastic, or plastic from the ocean or ocean feeding waterways. And so Microsoft was very excited about this, obviously, as you can imagine. And so one of the things that I wanted to highlight, though, and that what we appreciate about the consumer electronics market segment is that, as I said, they're further along with their sustainability goals, and they have a better understanding of using sustainable materials in their applications. And they understand that there's costs associated with, as Kate mentioned, just identifying and collecting, sorting, cleaning, and reconstituting the plastic that's captured out of the environment, and there's cost to that. So the final plastic pellet that we would supply to our customers does carry a premium over 100% virgin plastic materials. And so the consumer electronics industry recognizes that. Certainly, if we look out into the future, 5, 10, 20 years, perhaps some of those costs will come down as this becomes more and more a standard practice for the industry.
You ended up at 20% recycled ocean plastic. The initial goal was 10%, so really exceeding expectations there. And I don't know if our listeners are familiar, Microsoft has made a commitment to achieve zero waste by 2030. So figuring out how to incorporate greater sustainability practices, like using wet plastic, is really a key part of that, it seems.
Yeah, it certainly is. And just a lot of kudos to Microsoft for being aggressive in their sustainability goals. And, they can speak more to that, but we certainly enjoy working with them. They're a key innovator on the global stage. And, their sustainability goals, they are striking a good balance between reduction of carbon footprint and then also cleaning up the environment.
I'm thinking about SABIC and launching, you said 100, 150 products a year. That's really got to come from a passion for innovation. You guys are really doing this in your work every single day. Tell us more about SABIC's philosophy to innovation.
Yeah, and so given the discussion today about sustainability, we're seeing a rather large increase in our development of our portfolio around sustainable products, particularly in the Asia Pacific region and in China. And of course, that's the area that feeds into consumer electronics, certainly, but there's a lot of innovation around this particular area now. And in terms of creating sustainable products, but not only just a more sustainable plastic pellet, but just that whole concept of designing for recycle. We have a number of discussions with customers around as I said, their sustainability goals. But it's not just, hey, I'm going to make something and I want to make it out of plastic that contains post-consumer recycled plastic. It's, I'm going to make something, I'd like to use sustainable materials, but I also want to use something that at the end of life, the device or part can be disassembled and recycled. So it never ends up in the waste stream. So there's a lot of innovation around that with customers. But as far as SABIC's strategy around innovation, it's always been a big driver for SABIC, and they invest greatly in innovation. And that's just another reason why it's exciting to work for SABIC.
Interestingly, this is not proprietary technology, right? That Microsoft is open to sharing what you've done for them as a customer.
Yeah, Jennifer, you're right about that. And I mean, that is something in a industry such as consumer electronics, where everything is top secret in terms of development. Microsoft was very open to SABIC that we can share this story. We can make the plastic material available to any other customers because that just shows their dedication to the environment and cleaning up the waste. So that was really an eye-opener, and that they would be willing and open to share that. And we have shared it with the world, and we've gotten a tremendous amount of positive feedback. SABIC has, not only from other consumer electronic companies, but feedback and interest in other industries, whether it be, for appliances or automotive or the healthcare industries. The other industries which are working to catch up rapidly with consumer electronics, they're seeing these success stories, and they have a high level of interest in this solution.
It really sounds like this is the tip of the iceberg for consumer electronics. We're talking about, a computer mouse, one tiny piece of equipment that we use. But how else could this technology be applied?
Oh, yeah. As far as the material that's used in the Microsoft mouse, it's a polycarbonate polyester blend, and it could have multiple uses in multiple industries. As I mentioned, automotive industry uses materials such as this quite often, and also even industries such as telecommunications. If we think of protective housings for electrical and fiber optic connections, we'll think of this type of a xenoid material, which has good weatherability and cold weather impact, for example. And so this type of resin can be used in many different types of applications, that now we see that interest from other industries in this material. It's pretty exciting to support that.
Let me ask both of you, what's next?
Our TrueCircle portfolio of products and services is continuously looking towards the future. TrueCircle is all about creating a new ecosystem for plastics. With TrueCircle, we are developing the circular economy for plastics. We are seeking to close the loop on plastic waste, and we are reducing the use of fossil-based resources. The xenoid resin that we developed here today with 20% ocean plastic that was used in the ocean plastic mouse might be our latest TrueCircle innovation, but it is certainly not our last. And I'm really excited to see what sustainable projects will come from our future collaborations with brand owners like Microsoft.
Greg, you told us at the beginning about SABIC going back to 1976 and the impact we've really been able to see as you help companies pursue their sustainability efforts. It sounds like it all goes back to your purpose, chemistry that matters.
Yeah, and that's a long-standing SABIC tagline, and it's a tremendous tagline as well. And we just think about the innovation here, and in terms of the electronic market segment, I tend to look for mega trends in the industry, and we see mega trends around certainly e-mobility, autonomous vehicles, things like that, but the bigger wave, and it's so exciting to be part of it, is this wave of sustainability, and actually not just talking about it, but taking action. And SABIC for years has been a leader in this area. And not only chemistry that matters, but the environment matters to SABIC as well. And there is more to come. And there's a lot of innovation in this area happening at SABIC in terms of sustainability. We talked about the mouse today, and that's a mechanical recycle, post-consumer recycle, mechanical blend. But we also have offerings in bio-based solutions and then advanced recycle solutions. And we are actively working throughout the consumer electronics industry on a variety of solutions, and you'll see more of those to come. And so it's just really exciting to be part of this. I call it a mega trend because, as I said, and I'll close my comments on this, every discussion on every new application within consumer electronics is enveloped by sustainability and making sure we're meeting sustainable goals.
I mean, I think, Greg, you put it perfectly. I think we're at the beginning of this big movement towards more sustainable products. And it's really exciting to work with customers and be with them on the sustainability journey and help guide them where we can, share our expertise, also hear from them about their ideas. That's really how this ocean plastic mouse got started, was hearing Microsoft's vision for cleaning up our oceans. And with our shared ambition to help clean up the environment, that's where this ocean plastic resin came from. And I'm so excited for the future to see what other visions our customers can have and how we can collaborate to really create that chemistry that matters.
Kate and Greg, I'm so glad you could join us on Inspiring Minds to represent the team and share this innovation around Microsoft's ocean plastic mouse with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
You've been listening to Inspiring Minds, powered by the Edison Awards, showcasing the leading innovators from across the globe. I'm Jennifer Trammell. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to having you join us for our next conversation with another inspiring innovator.